I got my player partner Jason Clay back up in this thing with me. You understand that? Okay. And we talking Spence Crawford because it is here. Okay. And y'all see what's in the banner right there. Yes, this is put it on something, but we putting something on it. You understand me? Okay. A nice gentleman bet. And I'm not a betting man. Y'all know that is Tim G. Jacob, who is the betting man. Okay. But I feel confident in my fighter, okay? So that's why I'm willing to put something on it, okay? And I'm gonna reveal who I'm picking. Yeah, I think if y'all watched the previous segment that my player partner Jason Clay was on, y'all already know who he picking, okay? But if you missed that, we about to reveal that. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. Again, hit that subscribe button, share. Put all your people on it. Okay. Now, first of all, Clay, before we let them know who we rolling with, you cool with putting a fifth on it?
Yeah, we can do a fifth. I want to get some more about you, but you know how we can do a fifth because you my partner, you my boy. I ain't gonna do you bad like that.
So you see how he doing it? He like he already know without a doubt. The man told me it's gonna be easy money. That's what the man told me, that this gonna be easy money. Okay,
easy money, bro.
All right. Without further ado, then let everybody know who you rolling with, then Clay.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going down with man down, strap C's, you know what I'm saying? Spence, man. And like I said, I want to try to do this a little bit differently because when you're a boxing fan, it tend to be like when you agree with another fighter, or if you want to say you rolling with another fighter, they make it seem like you just like a fanatic of that person. And it's like, nah, I'm a boxing fan, but I'm just analyzing stuff that I see. And I'm making a sound decision just based off of what I see. And so I got to roll with Spence, man. And like I said, don't get me wrong, Terence Crawford is a good fighter. Like, I'm not one of them people that be like, he a bum or he trash and this and that. He a good fighter, but Spence is just a better fighter, man. And he's shown it, man. And it's like, it's just too much stuff that I just can't ignore when it comes to Crawford and Spence. I can't ignore certain things. And, you know, I tried to allude early on the last time I was on the show. I tried to allude about the mentality part of it. Like boxing is mental too. Like it ain't just all physical. It's the mental. It's about confidence. We done seen boxers who we think should be, you know, the clear favorite, but because they didn't have that confidence level up, they didn't perform, or, you know, career didn't go as expected because of that confidence level. And so I tried to allude to like how all of the back and forth with the negotiations and how, you know, to me, it appeared that Terence Crawford was the one that was drawn, and this and the third. You know, I tried to show all of that, but, you know, everybody was saying that, hey, man, they ain't got nothing to do with the fight. What about when they get in the ring? So I'm like, okay, their mental going to be when they get in the ring. Like if you got two dogs, right? I ain't never seen nobody put a steak in front of a starving dog and he say, nah, I want to go eat another, get this other steak. I ain't never seen that. So, you know, but just going straight to the ring, right? I got to roll with Spence because of mainly two main factors. Well, three. I'll give it three. Okay. Number one, I'm going with the fundamentals. Spence is the more fundamentally sound boxer, in my opinion. He the more fundamentally sound. Bud Crawford is the more slicker boxer. To me, he is like how they used that analogy before. Everybody used that same analogy, even Errol Spence did. He more Tim Duncan than Kevin Garnett. Now, people like the Kevin Garnett. He the athletic, can dribble, can get you 20 and 10 in his sleep, good defense, athletic, bang on your head, and this and the third. Tim Duncan, he ain't going to do all of that, especially after that knee injury he has sustained. He ain't going to give you all. He ain't going to jump out the gym. He going to get you solid defense, but he relying on that technique, the fundamentals to destroy you. And we all seen what Tim Duncan used to do to Kevin Garnett. We seen this, even Kevin Garnett, you know, admitting to that, you know, when it come down to it, like when you got two elite level fighters or any athletes, the one that has the better technique most of the time gonna come out on top. And so to me, Spence, he the more technical fighter. Like I said, his amateur career going back, Bud could have went to Olympics and all of that, but why did he make it to the Olympics? You see what I'm saying? Part of that was his discipline, but another part was, I mean, he just wasn't as technically sound as Errol Spence. You know, when you in the Olympics, they ain't really looking at knockouts and this and the third. Yeah, it may happen, but you got to score. You got to get them points when it comes to the Olympics. And Errol, you know, like I said, he ain't win a gold medal or anything like that, but he went pretty far in the Olympics. And so, you know, like I said, that has to show that you have to understand how to score, how to set people up, how to score for judges, not just, you know, just try to take somebody out there. So, you know, like I said, not only does he have a pro style, he also has a technical style that carries on into that pro style. So to me, like I said, when it comes to the fundamentals as far as that jab, setting up everything off that jab, you know what I'm saying? Staying sound, good solid footwork, you know what I'm saying? Good solid ring IQ, knowing how to be a ring general, knowing how to, you know, give what a opponent give you and take what they give you. You know, all of that. Errol Spence has that, you know what I'm saying, in the bag. And where that comes up crucial at is when you in them firefights, when you in them dog out wars, you go down to what's ingrained in your body, that muscle memory. And Errol Spence got the muscle memory to where he always gonna be technically sound offensively and most importantly, defensively. And see with Bud, like I said, to me, Bud can avoid shots. Like people try to make Bud be like how he had when he was at 135 and 140, when he was the fleet-footed Bud that can move, weave the shot, get out the way, had that loose guard, and didn't have to worry about taking killer shots. He can get out the way. But since Bud been at 147, he ain't moving like that no more. What he did was he learned how to time shots better and learn how to sit down on punches better and to be more pretty much he uses his offense to be his better defense. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, what are you going to do against somebody that's going to be throwing like almost 100 punches around? Like you ain't going to be able to weave all them shots. You ain't going to be able to time in between all them shots. You ain't going to have time to just think like that when somebody is constantly throwing punches, feints, whatever it is. Errol, on the other hand, it's ingrained in him to always think fundamentally sound, which leads to my second point of why I think he's going to win. He got the better coach. Derrick James is better than Brian McIntyre. He's better than Bo Mack. Like I said, when you looking at the instructions that they give, Derrick James is coming back, hey, watch for this shot. Go for this. Feint for this. Set him up for this. He looking for this. Dig to the body. Move this, move that. He is actually giving you instructions in that ring that you can follow and execute a game plan. When Bud is getting in there, he's getting more motivation. Like, come on, Bud, fight the dude. Come on, Bud, make it a dog fight. Go out there and do what you do. He getting motivation instead of instructions. See, I give Bud credit because Bud is the one doing them adjustments like that. It ain't Bo Mack that's giving him instructions like that. I don't know if because he really got 3 trainers. I don't know if the other dudes be really giving him instructions like that. But most of the time, what I see is Bo Mack giving him motivation instead of corrective things. But that can work when you fighting against people that you know you're gonna beat. That you know that it may be a little firefight here and there, but at the end of the day, you know you got the skills to just be better than this person. That'll work when it comes to that. But what about when you have to face somebody who's just as elite as you? I'm not saying that that's a definite advantage, but it's an advantage at the end of the day. Okay, like what if we get in a scenario where Crawford don't know, okay, I don't know what to do next. He can't rely on his corner to tell him, okay, this is what I see, do this. But Errol can. We've seen this before. It ain't no question. Derrick James, you see what he did with Mel Charlo. You see what I'm saying? Trainer of the year. He might have 2 undisputed champs, 2 of them. You see what I'm saying? So we know who the better trainer. And then the third thing that I look at is competition. And man, we can't ignore this. Like we don't do this in no other sport. Like when you remember when the Pac-10 and the Big 12 and all them and all them, you remember when all them used to come to the SEC? What we used to say? Yeah, it's cool you beating up on Michigan State and this and the third, or it's cool you beating up on UCLA or this and the third, or it's cool you may beat up on Texas if you Oklahoma. But when you get into the SEC, it's dogs everywhere where you go. They playing dogs night in, night out. Mm-hmm. So then when they did have the matchups like that, when the SEC was just dog whooping everybody when it came to that national championship. We do this for everything. We do this for basketball. When you got a team that's just better than another team and play better competition, that competition matter. Why? Because it tests how much you're going to dig and bite down. And it helps you develop skills that you have to improve. If I can, I use this scenario. If I'm whooping up on 7th graders all the time and I'm just better than 7th graders, that's not going to make me be better. What's going to motivate me to be better? As opposed to if I get with somebody who in my age group and they start serving me for a little bit, then that's going to make me get better. That's going to show, okay, that's going to make me bite down. That's going to make me be like, all right, I got to go through hell and high water to beat this guy. And Bud ain't did that. I mean, it really is. It's half his fault and half it ain't, because we know Top Rank, they try to protect their fighters. That's just the Bob Arum way to do this. So, early on in his career, I couldn't really put that on Bud. He was just fighting who he had to fight. But when he re-signed back with Top Rank, the previous deal that just ended, when he re-signed back, he knew that everybody at 147 was with PBC. When Top Rank had everybody below 147. At 147, PBC had everybody, all the competition, all the belts. Why would you re-sign back to Top Rank when the best competitors are with PBC and they not doing deals like that at that moment? Because everybody want their in-house fights, because PBC is getting Showtime money, Top Rank is getting ESPN money. So we gonna in-house all of them fights. So why would you go back and sign with this person when you know that he's not finna give you the major fights? So, but correlating that to what I'm saying, the last point was that, all right, I don't know what Bud, I don't know, I'm assuming that Bud is who we think he is, but I don't know for sure because I haven't seen him in there with nobody elite. We can't, even he said the toughest fights he had was Kavaliauskas. Everybody know him as Mean Machine, but it's Kavaliauskas, and Gamboa. Then he said it was his 2 hardest fights. So it's like, okay, that's not even comparable. If we saying he this generational type fighter, come on, Gamboa and Kavaliauskas are your 2 hardest fights. As opposed to with Errol Spence, we seen him dog it out with Kell Brook when Kell Brook was the best welterweight at that time when he had his belt. We seen him dog it out with Sean Porter when Sean Porter had that belt. We seen him get in wars. You see what I'm saying? We seen him get tested and try to have to bite down. We've seen that. So I can I can bank on, okay, I know what he'll do when he get in these situations. I don't know what Terence Crawford would do, because I've never seen him. The last time I seen him get in there where it was like, okay, we don't know if he's going to lose this fight or not, when he was fighting Breedis Prescott early on in his career. That was the last time we seen it. Outside of that, I mean, them undisputed, when he was undisputed at 140 and all of that, we don't know, because, come on, Julius Ndongo, don't nobody know who Julius, if Bud ain't fight Julius Ndongo, who would know Julius Ndongo? You see what I'm saying? It's not, the competition level is not there. And then when he moved up to 47, he signed it with Top Rank and re-signed it with Top Rank when he know he's not going to get those elite level fighters. So it's like I said, them 3 things: the coaching instructions. Errol Spence got the better corner. He got the better fundamentals. So when they start getting down to them firefights, it's ingrained in him to not do sloppy mistakes. You know what I'm saying? With Bud, if he get hit and the crowd start oohing and eyeing and he starts sticking their tongue out and want to get that lick back, we've seen him get hit with big shots. We've seen him get dropped by Kavaliauskas. So it's like them fundamentals not there with him when it comes to that. He more so uses athleticism, which is good when you more very much athletic than the other person. But what about when you fighting somebody who's athletic with you? You got to rely on them fundamentals. So I got to roll with the person who got better fundamentals. And the last point, I got to roll with the guy who's been in firefights more. I can depend on him. I know, okay, if something happens, if he takes a big shot, if he does this in the third, I know what he's going to do because I've seen it before. I just haven't seen it before with Bud Crawford because of the competition level. So I got to roll with what I see, not what I hope. I got to roll with what I see. Okay. As a boxing fan.
All right. Fair arguments, fair points through and through, okay? All right, first, I'm going to just let everybody know why I'm rolling with Bud, and then, we can kind of look at some of the things you said there, okay? Because it was a lot to digest. as the what's the new buzzword? Unpack. Yeah, everybody want to say you got to unpack shit now. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but let Bud Crawford. I got Bud. Okay. This is why I got Bud. Yes, Errol is the bigger man, naturally bigger man. This man been a welterweight the whole damn time. Bud then came all the way up from lightweight. Okay. Naturally bigger man. But Bud got some long ass arms for somebody that came up from lightweight. His power has come up with him as well. Okay. As somebody who studied Floyd Mayweather's career, watched every fight of Floyd Mayweather's career. Okay. I saw, contrary to popular opinion, Floyd used to get in the middle of that ring at them lower weight classes and, still great defensively. Still was masterful defensively, but he would stay right there and lay your ass down. What he did to Arturo Gatti, if he did that back in the early 1900s, it would have been some black folks lynched after
Diego
that.
Corrales.
Oh my God, what he did to Diego Corrales, that shit there could have started a war in out there in California between one of the Mexican gangs and one of them black gangs. Go watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? But when Floyd moved up, he was still masterful defensively, but his power didn't really travel with him. Bud's power has traveled with him, and some might argue has gotten better as he moved up. Okay, so that's one. Two, that motherfucker brilliant. Bud is a brilliant fighter. I give Spence. I think your Tim Duncan KG analysis is appropriate. Okay. I do think Spence is the more textbook fighter. Okay. But that also makes him the more predictable fighter. You know what Spence gonna do. I didn't watch his whole career, and make sure y'all go check those segments out of America. Okay, I did a segment where I told y'all about Bud's fights. Did a segment where I told you about Errol's fights. Wasn't opinion based. Okay, I just told you my observations from my notes. Okay, go check that out. Now I'm giving y'all my opinion on it. Okay, but Spence was the same guy for all the fights I saw him. Okay, heavy-handed motherfucker. Stiff jab, like you said, you're going to work everything off the jab. He got all the punches in the bag. He got the hooks. He got the body shots. Oh, my God. He's a body snatcher, okay? But he going to be right there. Going to throw a hell of a lot of punches. His work rate is insane, okay? Bud ass, he adjusts. He downloads the information. A lot of people overplay the switching. He tends to stay southpaw.
Southpaw. That's his dominant hand.
Yeah, people be acting like he, flipping back and forth the whole damn fight. He ain't.
Nah, yeah.
But he unpredictable. I don't know what he might do in this situation because I haven't seen him face a southpaw the caliber of Errol Spence. Okay, I did see him face a southpaw, but not this caliber. So there's a level of unpredictability. There's a level of brilliance with that motherfucker, though. The way he adjusts to things, kind of like on the fly, reminds me of Ali. It reminds me of how Sonny Liston was textbook, great jab. I think you even compare Errol Spence's jab to Sonny Liston on your previous appearance. Great jab from Sonny Liston, hard ass jab. That jab can fucking hurt you. Okay, well, Sonny was gonna be right there. You knew what Sonny was gonna be, and you got Muhammad Ali then Cassius Clay, the first fight, totally unpredictable, and Sonny didn't know what to do with that. You know what I'm talking about? And we saw what happened. So that's to his unpredictability. The last thing is, I think Bud just a little more evil than Errol. This is why I say this, okay? I'm watching Errol, and he was on a knockout streak. It was, I can't remember if it was 7 straight or 11 straight. I got it in my notes or something like that.
It was 12.
Okay.
12.
He was knocking motherfuckers out left and right. It was nasty, okay? Again, body shots. I've seen him knock folks out plenty of times from body shots, okay? But then we got a fight with Mikey Garcia. And Mikey Garcia, great fighter, He came into the fight 39-0 with 30 knockouts. He was
pound for pound now. He was top 5.
He was a WBO lightweight champ at the time. But the man moved all the way up. The man had been a featherweight before. This was a little human being he was facing. And
he called out.
He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out.
It's a woman calling now. You know, the IBF give you a weight clause on that now. But you true enough, he ain't knock him out.
He ain't knock him out. He dominated him. Okay, for any motherfucker in the comment section, he dominated him. Now he outpointed him, outpunched him. Okay, you know this is a little dude. He scored like 250 more punches than him. Okay, so I ain't taking that away, but I just feel like he should have knocked his ass out. And that's what I'm talking about with the dog. Where's the evil? Where that mean streak? With Sean Porter. Sean Porter took a scorecard from him. Because that fight was Sean Porter dictated. That fight was ugly, nasty, it was mucked up, Sean all in his face. Some folks, now I'm not saying this is me. I don't agree with this. But one of them cards, not unofficial, this is an unofficial card. Okay. Again, I don't agree with this. But Keith Thurman at one point had Porter winning every round through 5. Okay. Again, that ain't fur talking. Okay. But I'm just telling you how some people were viewing the fight because he was in terms of ring generalship.
It wasn't none of that. It was duking it out.
Sean Porter turned it into his kind of fight. You know what I'm talking about? But he ended up catching Sean. Sean, you know, being wild, and he ended up catching him hard on the chin. But he ain't end him. He didn't end him. Whereas Bud, you can argue Sean was doing, it was kind of an even fight. Some folks were even putting Sean over Bud, okay? He was a little more cautious against Bud than he was against Errol. And that was smart because Bud, I believe, is a better counterpuncher, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But finally, he made that mistake and he got his ass hit with that uppercut. And then Bud finished his ass. That man, daddy had to get up on that apron and stop that shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's like this man got a different level of evil in him. Matter of fact, okay, and this is in that Porter fight. Okay, and I don't know if a lot of folks caught this. Okay, before the 9th round, Bud asked his corner. He said, "He up?"
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, I got him." And within 15 seconds, he had that motherfucker on the floor. That man got a level of insanity in him that I don't know if Errol has. Okay. Which for the grand scheme of life, probably will work in Errol's favor. It's kind of like about Braun and MJ. MJ a little evil. Braun is a good human being. You know what I'm saying? But on that court, give me that evil motherfucker. Okay, in the game of life, okay, let's go with Braun. Okay, but that's why I got Bud Crawford. Okay, but now
I got a little pushback.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay, so you go first, and then I got something to push back on that you said about this man record. I mean, his resume. Okay,
go through some things. Now, the first thing I gotta go with is the evil part.
Okay.
Now, you said Bud more evil because he finished people off, and Errol really don't, you know.
He carried Mikey Clay.
Yeah, but check this out though. You remember Boots in his last fight? Not last fight, the previous fight. I forgot the guy that he fought. And Boots they knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's a fighter that most people don't even know who he is. And it's because like when Michael Garcia pretty much resume, if you want, well, outside of this fight, if Bud win, but outside of this, Michael Garcia resume better than Terence Crawford. Like just look at his accomplishments, man. That man, like look at all them weight classes, look at all them belts. He got a hellified resume. He just ain't.
That man was the undisputed. Bud was the undisputed champ at 140. He was the first undisputed in any class at that point in 11 years.
Who he fought though?
You can't take. He was fighting the best in the class at that time.
Well, it wasn't because Danny Garcia, Mikey, and all them. Like this is what I was saying. Like Mikey, check this out, at 130, he could have fought Mikey at 135. He moved up to go to 140. He could have fought Danny Garcia.
He would have beat his ass.
I mean, you know, we can say that, you know what I'm saying? I can't argue with that. I'm just gonna lean with Bud. If we going by what people saying Bud is, I'm saying that Michael Garcia resume better than that man. It's just like you got belt holders versus champs.
Mm-hmm.
And Dongo is not a champ. He a belt holder. He was just there. He was just holding the belt. But but I don't want to go across straight from my main point. My main point was, do you not see what Errol Spence is doing to people ribs, faces, and bodies? Like this, what Errol like.
Ugas, he closed Ugas' eye. I give him that.
Kell Brook eye, Mayweather eye, Lamont Peterson eye, Danny Garcia eye. He just broke Kell Brook and Ugas' eye, but he done closed Danny Garcia eye.
Kell Brook has some damage already done from Triple G now.
That was the other eye. He broke the other eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So he broke the good eye.
Okay.
So he broke Kell Brook eye, right? He broke Ugas' eye. He made Lamont Peterson, who was a champion in his own right, a pretty decent boxer. He the reason why a lot of these welterweight boxers, like Olympic style, that was coming up during that time, he was actually training them, getting them ready. But Lamont Peterson was a pretty decent fighter. He messed his eye, made his coach, and they was homeboys. They was cool as a fan. And he messed his eye up though when he got up in that ring. That sounds like some pretty evil stuff right there to do that to your partner now. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bud fought
this little old bitty man, Mikey Garcia. Why not in Sean Porter? Why carry that?
I'm finna give you all them answers. I'm finna give you them answers. I'm just going by the sadistic part. Now, I had told you off the camera when we was talking about it, about David Benavidez, right? When David Benavidez say, look, I can knock you out, but I want to punish you. I want to see in your eyes that I broke a grown man and made him look out and say, I don't want to go out there no more.
I don't see that at Spence, though, because he was knocking everybody out.
He was knocking out. He was knocking out.
He was on a knockout streak.
Look, he was knocking out people who wasn't just better. Like the knockout streak was early in his career. You know, just like I know, when you fight people, when you got a top prospect coming up, they not gonna just immediately just throw you in there with dogs, right?
And that speaks to that matchmaking. See, now you talking about top rate matchmaking, but that boy is connected to now, Clay.
But there's everybody though.
Heyman.
Yeah, okay? There's everybody though.
Let's not act like Errol Spence ain't connected.
No, I ain't knocking. Look. Early in your career, it's the same thing with Boots and anybody who, like even Mayweather. When you early in your career, you got to build your name up. They ain't finna just throw you in there day one with them dogs, right?
That's true.
But I'm saying, what about when you get on that level, though?
That played into the politics of this fight not happening when it should have too, though, because some of the stuff.
Oh, I ain't knocking them earlier. Neither one was ducking earlier. They weren't duck like when
some of the shit I've read act like PBC won't do business with Tyrank.
Nah, what it really is, and I know this straying off the topic, but I'll do it quick. What it was we know how to think Al Heyman black man. Now, I ain't just trying to throw them, but Al Heyman a black man getting money, right? So what happened was Golden Boy don't like PBC because he took all the PBC good fighters. All of the good, he took all the Golden Boy good fighters. The best fighters went to PBC. So Golden Boy don't like that he robbed the stable like that. But the reason why they did that is because, man, you getting money. You see what Adrian Broner said, you're going to get paid like a mug, but you may have to fight Godzilla and King Kong, but you're going to get paid. Even Eric, when he was doing the press conference, remember that other side of the street stuff that people love to say? During that press conference, he was like, yeah, you see $3 million on paper, right? Oh, okay. And somebody hollered out, man, you talking too much, man. You talking too much. $3 million on paper, but Al Heyman got them boys rolling their money. So even Bob Arum said, man, PBC paying these guys too much money. So when they want to come and do a deal with us, they expecting a certain bag and we can't give it to them because they used to that PBC bag. They more so weren't doing business with each other. For one thing was because each had a contract from different companies. ESPN was with Top Rank, PBC was with Showtime. So they wanted to just keep that money in-house. So it's like, okay, why would I give Top Rank some money when I can just circle this money and cycle this money in-house and just do what we want to do in-house? It was both sides. That's why early when Terence Crawford first came in, he really wasn't calling out Spence. He really was calling out Keith Thurman and Pac-Man. But when he first started calling out Spence, I wasn't saying they was ducking each other. They were just building up the future fight because each side wanted they side to do business with each other. Where I said it turned that was when Bud seen that he couldn't get no money, he couldn't get none of them fights with Top Rank, right? Why would you re-sign with Top Rank when you see you not finna get none of them fights? But
All
Top Rank was breaking them off that money though, them guarantees.
Now your point about re-signing, okay, especially since he ended up leaving and suing and alleging racism. Okay,
Yeah,
I've been on record before with these fighters. I don't understand why, if it's a track record of like Don King or Bob Arum fucking over these fighters, why you keep fucking with them. Okay, so okay, that's understandable. And we see now, well, he did one fight before this one without Bob Arum. That was the last fight. Okay, and that shit was on Black Prime.
Black Prime.
Yeah, that's my first time even seeing them.
That was the first time everybody seen that shit.
Okay. So it seemed like that was a bridge fight, okay? But up until then. So as soon as Bob Arum got out the way, the fight is made.
And see, that's why I don't knock him earlier. Like, you know, earlier people would say, like, well, if Spence, like I was saying the same thing kind of too, was like, but I wasn't saying it on no ducking thing. I was like, man, you got to quit saying this man ducking you and scared of you when you moved up from 130, 140, you was the man. You could have been the mandatory for anybody who had a belt at that time. But you chose Jeff, you chose Horn. But you could have been Spence mandatory, right? So, but I ain't really knocking that because he ain't had no name, he ain't had none of that, this and the third. He wasn't there yet. You know, he had to grow into the division, like Bomac said, he had to grow into the division. Problem is, Errol growing out of the division. Bud ain't the only one that's getting bigger. Errol getting bigger too. But that's neither here nor there. But what I was saying was they weren't really ducking each other early. It was just, I'll whoop you, you will whoop me, we'll see each other. But the major point was, okay, if you seen that Bob wasn't giving you none of them fights when you was underneath that first contract, why would you re-sign with him? And then to show that he wasn't giving them fight, like you said, he sued him. But what it was Bud was the best person on that top ranked roster, bro. So he was really made. You remember how when KG was saying T-Mac was a made man with Adidas? He was like, man, Tim Duncan was over there, but T-Mac can get them people to jump through hoops, the stuff that Tim Duncan couldn't get. That's how Bud was with Top Rank. He wasn't getting the fights, but he was getting them guarantees. That's why Bob Arum said, I can build a mansion with all the money that I had lost on Bud. What it was Bud was like, all right, if I'm gonna stay here, you got to pay me, which is smart on Bud. Like, if you ain't gonna give me them fights, you got to give me them guarantees.
Okay, and I want to speak to that too, because I know some people are making this. I saw Spence did the shit with the pivot, and the whole tagline is "I'm the A side." Okay, like Bud, a boring fighter that couldn't draw, and I'm the motherfucking draw. Well, part of that shit is where these boys from. You got one boy from Omaha, Nebraska. Well, he the only black man I know from Omaha, Nebraska.
Beside Malcolm X.
and brother Malcolm,
yeah.
Shout out to the King, brother. That's true. Okay, brother Malcolm, Bud Crawford, and my brother Thad. He used to work up there. Okay, but he even said one time when he was up there in Omaha, said
ain't nobody.
Some little white boy in the airport or something said to his mama, what's that? And you know, my brother Thad crazy here, so he went off. But you know what I'm saying? It ain't many of us there.
Yeah, it ain't.
Whereas Errol is repping Dallas. Errol been a lifelong Cowboys fan, so Jerry letting them use the Star, then Jerry letting them use AT&T Stadium and shit. Like, it just hit different with that gate. That gate gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring in the Latinos in Texas that love boxing. Shit. So
but see, this the thing.
Hey.
This the thing with that though. All right, Bud the B-side, man. Now he ain't no, I'm gonna give you 20% and I get 80. He ain't that now. But he a B-side though. But Bud think he the A-side. But what they basing it off of, they basing it off of two things. Well, really me. But what they really basing it off of is the money. Like what you generating in. Now I get what you're saying. He in Dallas and this and the third. I get what you're saying.
And there's a fan base that comes with that too. Not only
I know. It's gonna come with people.
Not only the gay, but also the pay-per-view buys because
more exposure.
More exposure.
But this the thing though. And like I'm saying, folks don't like listening to what Bud be saying and stuff like that, man. Like, it's 1,000,001 Bud fans. They just ain't buying his pay-per-views, bro. Like, and then when you say stuff like, the UK fans are better than USA fans. Like, when you say stuff like that, that make people not want to buy your pay-per-view. They'll stream it like a mug. But they not gonna, like, you can't say stuff like, if that's the case, then you're supposed to have a big fan base in the UK, right? You see what I'm saying? It's like, when it boils down to, right? Like, yes, it's true. Bud want to stay in Omaha. And he just want to do everything. I commend him for that. He trying to put Omaha on the map like that. He doing everything in Omaha. I commend him for that. But you guys to understand in the business of boxing that you got to get yourself in a bigger market. You can still rep Omaha, but you can have your home base at somewhere else. But even though you repping Omaha.
But Errol was repping his home. He just blessed to be. His home was Dallas.
He was gonna be in New York. You know that market.
But Bud was selling out the Garden. He did play in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When they going to, you got to look at it like this. This PBC, this Top Rank, this Golden Boy, this the Zone, this all of them. When they go down and say, all right, now remember, Bud not bringing a company. He not bringing a network. He going to a company that got a network.
That's true. Yeah. Now that he just signed, what is a 2-fight deal with PBC, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's either a 2 or 3. I think it may be 3, but it you know, a multiple fight deal.
That makes sense. Look, Errol done been down PBC this long. You know, that just makes sense. Okay.
So it's like when you go there,
like that's the read, like, oh, he gonna win. Look, he the A side. Come on, man.
It's really when they sit down with them, they gonna them companies. If Errol would have, if it have been if Top Rank would have been in that position, right, and PBC would have been the lower company, right, he would have went there and they would have said, Errol, what's your pay-per-view numbers looking like? It's just like Errol. If Errol, they say he in the future, Canelo got a 3-fight deal. He supposed to fight like both of the Charlo twins and then Errol at the end. That's what I heard, but it ain't, you know, ain't no sources on that. But if he go to Canelo, right, Canelo the money man, so he got to be the B side to Canelo, because Canelo selling pay-per-views. That's just the nature of the game. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but they not finna do you like, I'm finna give you like 25% because you still a high name. Even though you just got 1 belt, but you still a high name though. You was undisputed at another weight class. So we can't just super lowball you, but they looking at it like, what have you done for me at 147 and in them pay-per-view vibes and in them gates?
Let's look at that then, okay? Because I think that's part of the thing that's getting lost. One guy been at 147 from the jump. One guy sold up a whole nother damn division. Then okay. So it seems like people don't respect that lower division, which is okay. That's understandable. We know.
I ain't gonna say that. I don't want to go that far. I would more so say you gotta beat the man.
A lot of people say that because welterweight.
Yeah, but they wrong. You know what I'm saying? Them, I get what you're saying.
Welterweight is the sex outside of probably heavyweight because we just love heavies. Okay, people enamored by the biggest motherfuckers. Welterweight, and I'm gonna do a whole nother segment about this soon. Seems like welterweights are those cats that the coaches couldn't convince you to play basketball or football because you like it's that weight where you just like a little too small to be effective in either one of them sports. You know what I'm talking about?
But you're a motherfucker in boxing.
You're whooping my ass. You about 5'8", 5'9", 147. Well, you got some athleticism. If I put you on this field, or you're gonna get your ass.
You're gonna get towed up.
You get blocked on the court. You know, so yeah, you know, but if you like a middleweight side, definitely a heavyweight. Oh, you finna go play tight end for somebody like you. Once upon a time, Clay, a motherfucker like you, they would have been trying to get you to box. You know what I'm saying? But
it'd be football, basketball or something.
Where you from at that Starkville, they were trying to put you on that goddamn defensive line, probably. You know what I'm saying? So and a guy like me, they had me out there chasing the basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. But at 147, 5'8", 5'7", 5'9".
Yeah, you guys to be running a 4-2 or something like that, or a 100 badger to be like that.
Oh shit, yeah, okay. So it's the sexy division, but came up from a lower one. And the guys that he fought were the best guys at the time. Okay, Ricky Burns. Okay,
I can't give you that one.
No, hold on.
I give you he a belt holder, but I give you that.
He's a belt holder. He went over there to that man place, at the time, at least now, this fight that I watched, it was biased as fuck. It was a Ricky Burns, pro Ricky Burns thing.
So, yeah, when you go over there, that's how they do.
So they were acting like Ricky Burns was supposed to whoop Bud ass. And Bud, he didn't knock him out, but he dominated him. I ain't got to say much about Gamboa. That shit was spectacular in that, Clay. You can give him Gamboa, Clay.
Look, I ain't knocking him, but then you say Mikey moved up 2 weight classes to fight him. That's what Gamboa did.
Okay.
But I give him that. Gamboa's a solid fighter. I give him that.
Hold on. And what I say he did to him, though?
I give him that.
When a motherfucker move up, he a smaller man, lay him down.
But Mikey Garcia way better than a Gamboa, though. That's all I'm saying.
But he beat his ass, Clay. He scored 250 more punches, but couldn't knock him down.
Yeah, but check this out. Mikey Garcia ain't almost sleep, Errol Spence. This is what I said. We can go back and forth, but I give him Gamboa. Gamboa a solid fighter. Okay. So I ain't knocking that.
Right. You ain't finna give him this one, but I'm just stating what they were at the moment. You ain't finna give him this. Raymondo Beltran, at the time, was considered the second best fighter in the division. That's just what. So he fighting who they were saying were the best guys at the time. Delorme, okay. That was his first fight at 140.
I give him Delorme.
Okay, you give him. Okay, so I ain't even.
It's cool. It's cool. It's like I kind of got to give to him.
He came down from 147.
I kind of got it. Like I said, I kind of got to give to him. But this what I'm saying. Like this why I say with the resume. It's 2 things that I look at. What did them fighters do after they fought? You see what I'm saying? Now you can say after you fought Bud, them they was never the same. You can say that, or you know what I'm saying. But I'm looking at like, all right, we seen Danny Garcia. I looked like almost like it wasn't like Ugas, but the boy I was a hamburger helper almost after Errol Spence. Right, he ain't knock him out. He just destroyed that. That jab. That's all he was saying. Him and the daddy, the jab. But he went up there and put the hands on Jose Benavidez, the one that Terence Crawford fought. They moved up to 154 though. So it's like I'm looking at you guys. I look at what did the fighter do? Julius Ndongo, this man was a knockout artist for the other person. So he was getting knocked out by everybody who fought him almost after that fight. Okay. Even though this is supposed to be a multiple belt holder.
I give you Ndongo, because Ndongo, you gonna keep coming.
But this what made him be undisputed though. Wells, that's what I'm saying.
But you leaving out the other cats. Victor Postal.
You know what I'm saying? He fought, but this is what I was saying though.
He was considered the second best fighter at 140 at the time.
But this is what I was saying. This what I was saying though.
Trained by Freddie Roach. What you want him to do, Clay?
This is what I'm saying though. He fought the people that Top Rank put in front of him. I give him that. He handled his business.
These mandatory. These like the second best guy. WBC say, come on, you got to
look. I give him that he fought who PBC, I mean not PBC, but Top Rank gave to him, right? And he handled his business like he's supposed to. But I'm saying that this is what I'm saying. Hear me out.
Why you want to leave out the associations like it was just Bob making all the deals? Like he had to
fight. Bob.
Some of these were mandatories too, though. That he
like I said, some of them mandatories, but it was a couple of fighters there that, like I said, let me see. It's hard because it's so many different people, but it was people that was ranked up higher in these boxing rankings that Bud ain't fight. Sometimes, like I said, it's a lot of things that go on when it comes to that as well. But like I said, I'm looking at Garcia. I'm looking at, okay, why you ain't fight Adrian Broner when he was floating around in that weight division? We can't say that Adrian Broner was not around in that weight division when Bud was active. Why he ain't never fight Adrian Broner? Why he ain't never fight Danny Garcia? Why he ain't never fight Mikey Garcia? It's a lot of killers that was floating around during that time.
Who they with? Who they partner with? Who they do business with?
Huh? You say who they partner with?
Yeah, because ain't Broner down with Heyman?
You talking about Al Heyman? Yeah, but I'm saying if it makes sense. But look, but this is what I was saying. Sean Porter was partnered with Al Heyman, and they made that fight. I'm saying when it makes sense. When it makes sense, they will make fights just like with Wilder and Tyson Fury, right? I mean, even though they had to They had to sue them to do that type of thing. But I'm saying because it was a rematch clause. But I'm saying like when a fight makes sense, they'll get that money. You can't tell me that Top Rank wasn't trying to fight Adrian Broner when Adrian Broner was the can man. We not the trash can man that he is now, but the can man. We was the can man back then.
Benavidez, then you brought him up. You respect Benavidez.
No, not the older brother. The younger brother, he all right.
See, I mean, Clay, the man came in 27-0, 18 knockouts. The man was 4 inches taller than Bud. He was younger. He was bigger. He had a nice jab. Seemed tough. He kept mocking him.
Yeah, but he also had a knee that got shot with an AK.
And Bud got shot before.
Man, he got grazed in the head, but he ain't get shot in the head and went in there and fought. This is what I'm saying.
He drove himself to the hospital after he got shot.
Look,
crazy.
Look, yeah, I give him that. That's why I said I'm not taking away from Bud being a dog. He a dog. Like I wouldn't respect him if he had that dog in him like that. For him to get punched in the face and want to come back and swing and disregard all fundamentals and all that, mean that he want to fight. So I'ma always respect that with Bud. But I'm just saying, come on, we can't like Wells. If me and you hooping right, and you come in the gym, you come in the gym and your knee just got shot with an AK, and you in a brace, and they saying your knee is not fully healed, and I whoop you. I don't want to hoop again. I want to see you when you at your best, not when you at your worst. You get what I'm saying? Because how I'm gonna say that I'm that dog?
Now, so when the man face guys like that, it's something wrong when they damage. Like Kell Brook, I guess once he whooped Kell, I guess he was already damaged goods because of triple.
No, I'm just saying this is what Bud said. Bud saying he fighting them when they was at their best, but he's saying that Kell Brook. I'm like, bro, Kell Brook had both eyes broke at this point, and the man was coming out of cocaine rehab. This is what I'm saying. The man was at 200 pounds, man. Like
he was coming out 3 wins. Clay, he said he was rejuvenated.
At 154. Now look, check this out. Now this is what I'm saying.
Bigger man.
Yeah, look, he was the bigger man when he fought Errol. Like you remember when you said he went up that Bud went to Ricky Burns' crib when it was biased?
He did do that.
Errol went to get that belt to get that belt, he had to go in old boy hometown. He had to go into his hometown, Sheffield, England. That's where the man was born and raised in.
That motherfucker. Now, Errol,
you get what I'm saying? I'm saying this. But at that time, Kell Brook was considered like the best welterweight. Ricky Burns was the best guy at that time when he fought.
But again, the broadcast I watched was biased as fuck.
Yeah, because they support their boy. Yeah, but I ain't saying
I didn't have a neutral. I didn't, because I'm taking my notes and some of the announcers giving me information. So I can't. I can't say the information I was.
I ain't knocking, but like when he post all Delorme and all that like that, I'm not knocking them and saying something was wrong with them. I'm just saying that it's like if I'm in high school, but I'm hooping against a 6th grader, like they not on my level. I need to hoop against another high schooler to get down. You get what I'm saying?
So you think when he was the undisputed at 140 that he still didn't fight the top guys at 140?
Because like I just named, you had Broner, you had Danny Garcia, you had Mikey Garcia, you had a lot of good people up in this. One guy, and I forget his name. He a black fighter though. But and he was at the top of them rankings at one time, and he ain't fight him. So I ain't knocking Bud for that though. That's not Bud. That's just him going by the top rank formula. Like top rank love doing it.
But
you see what I'm saying?
But with the common opponents and Kell Brook and Sean Porter, it's that Spence had already done them.
I ain't saying Spence. Spence was part of it. I'm just saying that they self-admitting, like let's just go Kell Brook, right? Okay. All right, Triple G, right? He was going back and forth with Triple G. Triple G just had that power and broke his orbital bone, right? And so he had to concede it. But it wasn't like Triple G was beating the brakes off that man. No, it was going. It wasn't that. It just Triple G.
Exactly.
That power, right? So when he moved down, right, he had a whole year to heal that eye, right? Bud said he had like a couple of months, which go back to me saying, why you got to line down? People say, I'm really just saying like this because the Bud fans will listen to what Bud say and roll with it like it's Bible and truth. When if all you gotta do is just look it up and see that it's real.
I don't even know nothing about none of that. I'm just going off what I
Yeah,
saw.
just going, yeah. So we're gonna throw that out the way.
I don't even know what he didn't say.
So he had a year, right? He had a year, right?
Okay.
To come, he had a year to get back in shape, this and third. He had a belt. That meant that he not gonna lay down for nothing because you got a belt to defend. It ain't like you just fighting for just money. You fighting for money, that A side and that belt. And Errol broke the other eye, right? All right, so when Bud fought him, right? All right, the man had two or three fights at 154. But before then, the man was in and off of drugs. It's a video on YouTube with his man. They showing the man snorting the line of the sugar booger, man. It's on YouTube, man. So he coming out of rehab. The man at 200 pounds. They got a picture of him right before he fought Crawford at 200 pounds. The man at 147 coming in at 200 pounds, even though, cutting the weight and this and the third. But the man, they gave the man a month to get ready for that fight. So his original trainer, because he had he found a new trainer to do the fight with Terence Crawford, because you're not finna turn down that Terence Crawford bag, like that check that you finna get when you at the tail end of your career. They gave that man a month to get ready for that fight. His trainer refused to fight him, to train him, because he said it ain't enough time. Because all you doing at that point is cutting weight, because you got to get down from 200 pounds to 147. So he had a month to cut weight, came in, drained. Bud took care of him like how he's supposed to. So I'm saying that, but he ain't had no belt. Man coming out of we just can't ignore the facts now. So I'm saying when it came to this,
he was coming off of 3 wins. He came in, and everybody telling me he rejuvenated.
Who the 3 wins?
He looking good. I had to go back. I had to pull that up.
I guarantee you, I could bet any money on any money that these are 3 guys that you have never heard of a day in your life. See, this is what I'm saying. Like it's like Amir Khan, right?
Okay.
If Amir Khan come in and fight some dudes and be on a 3-win streak, right? But he come in and finna fight Bud or Errol Spence, we like, bro, we don't care if he had a 3-win thing. He not ready to fight these dudes.
It's like he came in coked up. He was coming in off of doing okay. You know what I'm saying? Every fight ain't a big fight. We can even go back like Ali. Ali was fighting.
Yeah, he had
that. You like. Everybody think Ali Frazier, Ali Norton, Ali George Foreman, but Ali fought some guys like
like the guy that knocked him down. I forgot his name, the white guy that knocked him down and them.
George Chuvalo.
You gonna fight some journeymen in here and there, but this what I'm saying though.
No, even these guys like Jared Quarry was a top 10 fighter. But put him up there like that. But some of these guys are ranked, but they ain't got the biggest names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'm going back with the Kell Brook thing. All I'm saying is the bigger thing is the man had a month to cut off almost 50 pounds. He had a month to cut that weight. You not working on no game plan, no technique, and then you not with your trainer that's been with you your whole career. Just imagine if Errol Spence had a month to cut off 50 pounds and Derrick James not in his corner. I'm in his corner. Talking about some
All right, he was coming off of knockout of Sergey Rabchenko.
See?
Who was 29-2 at that time. Coming off of unanimous decision against Michael Zerafa.
See?
And coming off of a knockout win of Mark DeLuca. Now, I don't know these names because, again, before
nobody else does neither, Wells. Nobody knows these names, man.
Before this project, but right after Bud, he TKO'd Amir Khan. Okay,
but, everybody do that. But this is what I'm saying.
You ain't gonna get this man
I'm saying Amir Khan. Come on, man. We know Amir Khan got a pillar chin. Okay, I'm saying with Kell Brook, right?
Porter. Let's move to Sean.
Sean Porter.
Let's go to Sean real quick.
All right.
Folks want to act like, and part of this is because of how his dad came out and what he was saying after the fight, that Sean didn't train properly for Bud. And I told him he wasn't doing right and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I watched that damn fight twice now.
Okay.
The man fought similarly to how he fought Spence, except for he was a little more cautious. Okay. But he had his success when he roughed it up and came in there and got wild. He got caught though. He got counterpunched. All
right. Now that's another pushback that I gotta go with there, because you was putting 50 on 10. You was putting a lot of sauce on that fight like that. Like this, what I'm saying.
Come on now, you saw it.
He turned it up. Bomac told him he up. He was like, how? He turned it up, right? And this is what I'm saying. But he's stopping them in this and the third, man. Come on, man. Look.
He stopped him. What we talking about?
Look. Wells. The first time he hit him with that uppercut, that lean back uppercut he hit him with, right?
Nice.
Yeah, nice. He caught him. He caught him diving in because we all know that Porter, he ain't coming in with no jab. He coming in with trying to use footwork and head down. But he caught him with that head down. That go to his counter punch, which I ain't never taken away from Bud. Nice counter punch. So I ain't gonna take that away from him because he did that. All right, but he got right back up. One day, just a flash hit now, off balance, and he caught him with some of that pepper, right? The second one, right? You know what I'm saying? He caught him like, I've never seen a dude who incoherent and out of there punch on the ground and be mad because he got knocked down like that. That man in his right mind. His father, though, seeing that, okay, you already got knockdowns like that, right? You already, the fight, people want to say it was close, whatever it is, whatever they want to say, but let's say it was even, right? And you got knocked down like that. That's what that may be. A 10-7, whatever round. You see what I'm saying? Round. So it's like, hey,
he was finna end that motherfucker.
The fight was done. Now whether he finna end it or the fight was done, yeah. I'm saying, let's go with he ended. He wasn't
finna carry him.
Let's say he was gonna end it, even though I've never seen nobody end Sean Porter like this. You see what I'm saying? But let's say he finna end it, right? All right, his pops threw it in, right? It wasn't because he knocked him out. It was just that his pops threw him in. So that's a difference between how he did Amnesia, when he out cold and don't know where it's at, as opposed to your pops threw it in right now. Let's go with it.
Errol didn't do that.
But let's go with that. I'm gonna give you a quick one on that. Let's go with it. Let's go with it and say he was finna end him, right? And I give him that, right? His father. Not only did his father say that he ain't do what he was supposed to do, that man said it on 2 occasions that, hey, my daddy wanted me to train a certain way, but I thought because I was up here, I'm a professional. I know what to do. And I ignored that. My father wanted me to go for the kill, want to run, want to do all this cardio, want to kill. He said, look, I don't got to do that. I know what I'm doing at this point. And he said, and that ended up biting me in the ass in that fight, right?
But see, that's what these guys making up shit to defend themselves.
Wait.
He was being successful.
Yeah, well, look. He was being successful before he got gassed. See, this is what I'm saying. Before he got gassed.
Before he got caught.
Look, I'm saying.
And before he counterpuncher.
But yeah, look, I'm saying counterpunch before he got gassed, though.
I didn't see no evidence of him being gassed in that fight.
I did.
Clay,
and he said, look. But I'm saying though, this is what I'm saying though. They boys. He don't have no reason to make himself seem like, okay, I went all out war with Errol. That's giving a stripe on Errol. That's giving Errol a stripe when we know he don't like Errol because of that. His dad didn't like Errol, and he say this and the third. They got real animosity between each other. That's why they fought like that. But him and Bud are friends. They man, Bud, like Travion Crawford, his nephew, say, man, Porter be at my mama, grandma house and everything, bro. Like he family almost like that. They friends. Why would you take that fight away? Why would you take that win away from him saying that you ain't trained like you're supposed to train? If this your boy, you get what I'm saying? Okay. He ain't doing that with Errol, and this is enemy. But going back to why Errol fought like that, why Errol ain't do it, right? All right, this my thing.
Because he carries that he's not as evil, Clay. That's my point.
No, listen. Why did Errol now you say you seen Errol fight the whole way all the time with Errol, right? All right, coming forward, massive amount of punches, this and the third. Did he do Mikey like that?
Yes.
He fought Mikey with the jab. He
hit that man 250 more times. He was hitting.
You can jab somebody to sleep too now.
He was hitting that body. He was being the standard fight.
He gonna get a body, but this is what I'm saying. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree with that. To me, he outboxed Mikey. To me, because remember, Sugar Ray Leonard, all of them was saying Mikey the boxer, Errol the rock'em sock'em, come forward guy, slugger, this and the third. I'm picking Mikey because even though he moving up 2 weight classes, I'm picking Mikey because Mikey know how to box. That's what they were saying, right? Sugar Ray Leonard picked him and said Mikey the better boxer. There was a lot of people that said he was the better boxer because it was Mikey. But Mikey got outboxed though.
I can see that if you're going against a guy, the guy is bigger than you and he can box. Like that, what the hell were they looking at to say that then?
Man, I'm just going off of what these legends were saying, that he was going to outbox Errol Spence. Errol Spence said, "Okay, you're gonna outbox him. I'm gonna show you how to outbox somebody." Now he didn't get him out there.
He was too short. His arms were too short, and Errol was just killing him with textbook boxing by a taller man. He couldn't use the jab to control distance, and he was jabbing his way in and hitting him with every punch in the book. But now, he didn't put him down, though.
But check this out. Now, this is what I'm saying. He ain't put him down, and I give him that. But what we call it when he fought when Terence Crawford fought Mikey, and I don't like people be saying amateurs don't count this and the third. He didn't put Mikey down when he fought him in the amateurs, and both Mac admitted this.
We going to the amateurs now, Clay. Come
on. Look. Outside of him, I'm just saying, like. Mikey, like it ain't like Terence got better and then Mikey didn't get better. Both of them got better. I'm saying if skill wise, right? We seen Errol put motherfuckers down in the amateurs and knock them out. He ain't do Mikey like that. Mikey is a good boxer, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like y'all can like.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the man was smart.
About the literal man, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, but guess what? Y'all ain't. This the other part of that story that you ain't saying. Mikey, after that fight, Mikey himself said after that Errol Spence fight, I was never the same. And he retired. He did an exhibition fight like how Mayweather was doing and retired after that. You want to know why? Because them 200-some power punches that you talking about.
Right, because this man, you get your ass beat like that by a guy who
bigger,
a welterweight, and you a featherweight. Hell
yeah, look. All right, Sean Porter. See, when y'all saying that. Because, like I said, he and Spence, just like with Crawford, when he get hit, he got a bad habit of trying to get that lick back. Spence got a bad habit of when somebody say that he can't do something, he try to prove them wrong. They said he couldn't outbox Mikey, right? He outboxed Mikey, right? Mm-hmm. With Porter, they said Porter the slugger, this and the third. He told Porter, "I'm gonna fight your fight. I'm a bang it out, dude. I could, cause you short just like Mikey Garcia. It ain't like you 6'5". It ain't like you 6 foot. You short too, and you don't got no jab or nothing like that. So, is that
undisciplined? If guys can play mind games with him, is that undisciplined?
What you mean? Yeah, no, I said he proved. Look, he. That's a. I don't like it because I would much rather you win the fight like how you gonna win the fight. Mm-hmm. But he could have stuck the jab out with Sean Porter. Keith Thurman did. Mm-hmm. So you mean tell me Keith Thurman got a better jab and better than Errol Spence? Keith Thurman out jabbed him and worked the outside. So all of a sudden Errol Spence can't do that. I'm saying that Errol purposely fought that fight because this is what I'm saying. So you talking about being devious, right? You know what snatch niggas' soul? You know what snatch their soul is when you say, "I'm gonna whoop you at your own fight, not my fight."
He damn near lost the fight. It was a split decision.
But he won though, right?
Yeah, he won the fight. And he won.
So that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying with this, like you saying the sinister that stopping folks. It's TKOs, right? And this is why I'm saying it's a different. I ain't knocking Bud because if you get a motherfucker up out of there, you get him up out of there. So I can't knock Bud. But what I'm saying is I can't say that he knocking folks clean cold out like that. That's a difference between it. Yeah, you knocking them out, but you ain't. See, people think that he got this power to where he hit you one time and you out of there. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's that kind of,
Okay. All right. But going back to what I was saying was, Errol is doing this. Errol is ending your career, bro. Like he ending careers. Like he like when people say it's better to get knocked out than to take a beating. Between the two fighters, who giving the beatings out? Errol Spence. That's when I say you a sick individual.
That's because he's just active. He ain't like he just being. It's like a robot. He just on. He gon'
be a machine.
Once you turn him on, he ain't coming off doing the fight. He's in shape. I gotta give a fighter credit for being always in shape. I've never seen.
Well, I got to give pushback because I'm a real fan, right?
I haven't seen.
Errol Spence, look,
I haven't
he
seen
made weight, but Errol Spence was bullshitting like a mug when he was winning them fights. Like he had a fat camp against Sean, he had a fat camp against Danny Garcia.
I ain't watched his count, but when he got in there, that motherfucker was throwing.
Yeah, when he in shape, when he was making weight, but he was more so doing stuff like dehydrating himself to make that weight because he was partying and doing this and the third. Which, like I said,
you helping me? Thank you.
Look. I gotta be real. See, I'm not one of them fans to where I gotta laugh for something. I gotta be real.
Okay.
He's sitting up here doing fat camp. Now, Sean Porter, y'all talking back and forth noise. It's animosity there. Like Porter don't like his daddy love Errol, but Sean hate Errol because of that. You see what I'm saying? Because of his daddy give Errol more credit than he give his own son on the slick, right? Mm-hmm. So Sean hate that. So if you know this and y'all talking noise and you talking about some, man, you couldn't sell out a backyard barbecue. If you doing all that, you know, and Sean got a belt, you know Sean coming to fight. Why is you out here partying and not being disciplined? See, one thing about Bud, he always gonna be in shape. That's why I always give it to him. He always gonna be in shape. Errol gonna get into shape. But this
too. I'm enjoying.
Look, Errol, but this is what I'm saying with that. Why is you out of shape when you trying to fight? When you trying to fight Sean? Why you trying to fight Sean fight when you can just get him up out of there easy? But he's stubborn and hard headed, right? He wanna prove stuff to people.
He could have been caught him if he just counter it. All you had to do is counter that. The way that man was running reckless.
He wanted to slug it out. He said, "Look, now does outside of great footwork, because you know Sean gotta have that footwork because he don't really do nothing else technical wise. Outside of footwork, Sean don't got nothing. So he go in there reckless. Every time you see him coming in, even though he the shorter man with shorter arms, he diving in there like head down swinging, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so that's what Sean do. Errol just said, "Look, man, I'm just gonna step there. You know, you can end fight because like Hagler was great at doing it. You can still end fight and still be technical than a mug. You see what I'm saying? But
I've seen him do that. But see, some of these guys that we saying this big time competition this man had, some of these guys would literally just stand there and let Errol Spence treat them as a fucking heavy bag. They do stand there.
Yeah, and see,
he just treat them, and they ain't even throwing nothing back. And I'm like, these the guys that we talking about just supposed to be this big time competition.
And see, and like I said, this is what I'm saying. This is why I was like, okay, you know, some of them guys, because each one of them got fluff on their resume here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that, okay, all right.
Like when you fight, Peterson defense was trash. No head movement, no footwork, no getting out the way. He was barely throwing punches.
Yeah, but see, Lamont Peterson, you know, like Lamont Peterson, Danny Garcia, all of them, they counter punches. They trying to wait to see the shot to capitalize on it, right?
He was throwing hella punches.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you know what disrupt a counter puncher? That jab. You see what I'm saying? That jab gonna throw, because like with a counter puncher, they got to get that timing and that rhythm down to be like, all right, he finna do this. I'm gonna catch him with this when he do that, right? Same thing with Ugas, right? One of them things that people don't that don't pay attention with Errol too is Errol, he can fight slick like a black boxer. He technical, but he got them old Mexican tricks, them old walk forward Mexican fighter tricks. Like, I'm gonna hit you in your hips, beat your hips so that you can't move like that, so that I don't gotta stalk you as much. If you want to be quick and move, let me beat on them hips. You know what I'm saying? Some of them body shots be hip shots too. That's an old Mexican boxing trick. You see what I'm saying? He like this is what I'm saying. It's little subtle stuff. Like when Sean Porter told him, okay, like Errol, he the least hit person in welterweight, right? Even though, like you said, we know he infight the most and he throw the most punches. Now you wouldn't think that the person that infight the most and throw the most punches in welterweight would be the least hit, right?
Now,
but like Sean say,
I'm gonna have to double check that. Now
you can check it.
At one point, there, Bud was the least hit.
Well, you talking about when he moved up? I'm just talking about it career-wise. You know, he stayed at 147.
Oh, you talking
but I'm saying
out. Okay.
Yeah, but he like you would think that naturally that he would be the least hit, right? Because Bud fight off his back foot mostly, right? And counterpunch, right? Spence walk forward more and stalk more. So you would think that, right? It shouldn't be close. But Errol, if you look it up, Errol least power punch, all that. He don't take shots like that. Why? Because Sean Porter even tell you Errol masters stuff like he rolling with the punches.
Okay. During the Kell Brook fight, okay, during that fight, the announcer stated Bud came into that fight with his opponents having the lowest connect percentage in the welterweight division. Now,
Yep.
I don't know if that changed drastically after he faced Sean. And no, it couldn't have changed that much because all he faced after that was Sean and Ebenezer.
Yeah, Sean and Ebenezer. I'm saying you would think this now. He a back foot fighter, counter puncher,
That
right?
was the case. He had the lowest. His opponents had the lowest connect percentage. That's what I'm saying.
Man, we gonna have to look that up. We gonna have to look that up.
May have changed a little bit.
Yeah, it may have changed. I think what may have changed was when he fought that Sean Porter fight, and because they was duking it out, so they was like, hey, we just throwing. But before then, it was like I said. Before then, it was Errol. But you wouldn't think that though, Wells, just based off of a walk forward fighter. Like even though, like I said, I hate when people put him in that box. He can fight back foot, mid, and end fight. He can do all of it, but he like to fight. Just like when Bud, when Bud get hit, he like to fight. Mm-hmm. So it's like he is the devious part, like I was trying to tell you. The devious part is that he could just simply win these fights outboxing people, man. Like that's what I'm saying. He got the jab outside of Benavidez, probably Usyk, Devin Haney. I'm trying to think. It's one more person that I want to mention. He got one of the best jabs in the game, so he can just sit back and 1-2, 1-1-2, 1-1. He can do all that if he wants to, right?
And he keep coming forward. Don't say.
But he come forward because he wants to put the. You want to know why? The deviousness in him. He want to break stuff. Well, now look. Now this is what I'm trying to tell you. You seen Ugas eye. You seen it.
And look, a nasty uppercut did a lot of that.
This man, look. You seen Danny Garcia eye.
I did.
You seen Lamont Peterson eye when his own trainer had to throw in the towel.
Robot.
Floyd Mayweather, when he went to the doghouse. You heard this story before, ain't you? About when he went to the doghouse. When I think he was trying to get ready for Madonna. So people was wanting, he was like, okay, we got this young boy Errol. You get some work in with Errol, he'll give you good work. So they was fighting, you know how the doghouse be. So they got done doing their sparring rounds. So Mayweather told Errol, hey man, you all right for a little bitch. Mm-hmm. So he told him that, right? So Errol said, what? He said, you heard me, all right for a little bitch. So Errol went in and said, look, put your shit back on, turn the clocks off. We can go to a motherfucker drop. Mm-hmm. Now this is what I'm trying to say. And then look, after the story, if you look at everybody talking about them stores, said he dotted out. He did Mayweather dirty, had his eye blacked up, had to walk him back in the back with a towel over his head because he dotted that eye.
Okay.
Now this one, this is Mayweather.
Know what that remind me of? LeBron.
What is?
That reminds me of LeBron. When somebody make LeBron mad, he's unstoppable.
All right.
Michael Jordan always mad. You know what I'm saying? I think between these boys, okay?
Now check it out. Now, did you hear the story about Adrian Broner? Now, this when AB was the can man, when people was like, he could be the next Floyd Mayweather, when he was really on this stuff, before he started freestyle battling and going on tour, doing all that dumb shit, before he started doing that, right? All right, he was in camp with Errol. So Mayweather, you know how Mayweather like to try to test people out, try to keep you on them leashes and everything. Mm-hmm. So he sent AB wanted to show out. He sent him on Errol, right? So AB got in the ring. Errol knocked him out. They said he had him crying. I ain't gonna go with the crying part because I just can't believe no grown man have another man in the sparring crying. Mm-hmm. But they said he knocked him out. So this is what I'm saying. Like
I can see that. The man is these are the best two fighters. Well, I can't stress enough. I don't like how big sports media is handling this right now. Like motherfuckers taking the vacations and shit on these shows, and how ESPN fired the Burt Sugar of our time, in my opinion, Max Kellerman. Like this fight should be enormously covered. Like
You know, YouTube done took that game over when it comes to boxing. Like, you know, it's like you and other channels do that.
But when Pacquiao and Mayweather fought, you know, they were hyping it. You know what I'm talking about? This is Pacquiao Mayweather though, and we getting it at a decent time.
These when both of them in their prime before when they aged out. So they're supposed to be hyped up more.
These seem like I watched. Oh, what was the boy that was trying to serve me as the best in the world? Lomachenko
and Haney. Yeah.
Errol Spence is better than Lomachenko in my opinion. And I would have said that before Lomachenko took the loss. Okay, I would have said that. These guys, from what I've seen, now I watched one fighter with this Asian boy. What's his name?
Anyway,
I watched one of his.
I heard he was cheating. Now we'll get back to that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I saw some shit on that too. That's a whole other thing. Okay, but it's you can argue these are the two best fighters on planet Earth finna fight. So I'm not taking. Well, I guess I did take something from him, but I'm not picking them. But I do respect Errol Spence. Okay, so this shit gonna be epic. And I'm highly anticipating. But I got Bud Crawford. Okay, Clay got Spence, and we putting some on. Okay.
Hey, and then check this out. One last thing. Look, I'm a boxing fan, so if Errol lose, he just lose. Like, I ain't finna jump out the window for him. Just because I picked him don't mean that I'm gonna cry about it. But look, this was exciting to me. We all won, bro. As boxing fans, we all won because this is to me, this should be a legendary. It should be like on paper. Like, I'm gonna just go both of them who we say they are. They never seen each other competition like this before. Like, you know what I'm saying, building up in this and the third.
And no matter who win, unless we get like I can't see it being no contest.
Yeah, like if it be like somebody get knocked out first 2-3 rounds, something like that. Yeah, we lose then.
But what I'm saying is this should kick off like a trilogy or something. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah, they got to do the rematch.
They got the automatic rematch clause in there and everything. So I think this may kick off some good unless.
This is why we need to buy. This is why everybody who should buy the fight, buy it, because look, if this fight go on and it don't really make no money like that, yeah, they're gonna do the rematch clause just because they got it. But this gonna make the companies not want to get together, or people try to get fighters. Man, like why Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson? I know why they ain't really fighting, but why one of them ain't fighting each other? Why Tank or Devin or Shakur? Why neither one of them is fighting each other? And it's all about these people not trying to put no risk to get a bigger reward. That's all it is. So, like, I commend Ryan Garcia, even though we knew he was gonna get whooped to sleep, but I commend Ryan and Tank putting that together because each one of them have a legacy to go on. They ain't had to do that. They did, and then when they seen that big payday, this is making. I hope Errol and Bud fight do the same thing. But in order to make it happen, we got to do these pay-per-views because that's what the people in the people who make the business of boxing, they looking at what them pay-per-view numbers looking like. So, and then the fighters are also looking at that too. So, man, if we saying we love boxing, we got to buy these fights, man. Otherwise, they're not gonna take that risk.
And these guys did it the right way. They didn't. Both of these guys and came up hard. You know what I'm talking about in terms of, you know, they've been fighting, staying in shape, come in there, give us a good fight. It ain't like they cheating me. I can't say like they in the fight dogging it, you know what I'm talking about. When I watch them boys fight, they've been fighting, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I started and I told the people this on the other segment. I started Bud's on his first title defense because I was trying to go them side by side. Bud a little older, so I ended up seeing Errol's whole career, and I saw Bud just from the first title defense. But from all those I saw, man, I was thoroughly impressed by both men. And I say, God bless the fight game, you know what I'm talking about? Because it's the one game we got that really ain't no game, okay? Because you don't play boxing, okay? So who y'all got, all right? And are y'all putting something on it? If so, how much or what are y'all out there betting? All right, let us know.
I'm cleaning up. That's all I got to say. Y'all will see. Y'all going to see what Top Rank do. Y'all will see.
If he win, I'm going to post it. Okay, I'll post it.
And if Errol lose, I'm gonna come back on the show and say, "Hey, man, Bud was who we thought he was. Bud showed me something, and commend hats off to that brother. Because at the end of the day, these two black men getting it, so I can't hate on neither one of them. I love boxing.
They are doing that. All right, put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?